Hey guys, thanks for joining us for our Advent devotional today. Our verse is Luke 1:34. It says, "How will this be?" Mary asked the angel, "since I am a virgin." And I'll be honest, even kind of getting into this topic, I feel like it's above my pay grade. I'm kind of using some resources that I found from Scott Erickson to kind of teach through this a little bit. Because especially when we're talking about the virgin birth, it feels a little bit like, how can I even go in to start talking about this? Because there's something different about the virgin birth. Like, I understand birth, like biologically, how it happens, but the virgin birth, there's something about it that's kind of almost like that mystery of God that we don't even fully understand how it works, right? It's almost like one of those things that's like a paradox when it comes to God. We're like, even when we were talking about this in like the last series we've been doing about Jesus, where we talked about how Jesus was fully human and fully God, right? And it's really hard to kind of really understand what that means. And like in this moment, when we're talking about the virgin birth, we see like the finite and the infinite meeting in the belly of this woman named Mary during this Christmas season, this person that we get to look to and celebrate through this. And so there's something about that mystery of not fully being able to even understand how God could do things like this, and that paradox, that it can make it so it almost feels a little kind of like it's blowing your mind a little bit, right? Like it's hard when you really even think about it for long to really be able to understand what this really means. It's like that paradox, right? Those two different ideas that are competing together that feel like they are just opposites. Erickson says this about paradoxes. He says, the function of a paradox is to find the solution to a seemingly opposite truths, but to be transformed by living in the middle mystery of them. And I think that's so true. And it's so true even when we're talking about Jesus and being fully God, fully human. Like there is beauty when we're in the middle trying to wrestle with what that actually means. And I think for us, as we're talking about those paradoxes, like there's something transformational for all of us as we're in the middle of those paradoxes. And even in our own transformation, it's almost a paradox, right? Because part of our transformation as humans, like there's some things that we can control, right? Whether maybe that's like the things that we eat, maybe the habits that we're doing, what we choose to do. Like some of those things are going to shape us and help us to grow and transform, right? But there's also those other things that is less about us and more about what God is doing in us. Those things that maybe you've been waiting for, or the thing that maybe God has been doing in you that you don't even know exactly how to explain or to put your finger on it, but God has been showing up and transforming you in ways that you couldn't even maybe decide or choose for yourself. So as we're in this Advent season together, let's celebrate what God has been doing in you. Let's celebrate the ways that we are transforming and growing as people. And on the other side, let's continue longing and praying for the things that we're still waiting on God to move in. That is a way that we can celebrate this Advent and remember Advent together.